The Todd Shapiro Show.
Time to hit the button!
On Canada Talks, SiriusXM 167.
Okay. That was a mouthful.
You're a professional.
I'm pretty good. Sean St. John's here from National Bank. How you doing, man?
He's a professional, folks.
It's. I don't think because we did an interview last time for the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer, but we did it more
pizza slice thing.
Yeah, we just filmed it.
Yeah.
And then, but now here you are hanging out with me on air. I like this.
Like you promised. You said you'd get me back, and here I am.
Yeah, you got to get and tell us about your day to day though for stuff from national banking because I love this world of stocks, trading, and capital markets and all this kind of stuff.
Let's say it's in the office 7:30, quarter to 8. What happened overnight? What's going on? Where are the markets moving? Clients dialing in. What should they be looking at? What's the main drivers? And we try to be positioned right. And we try and help our clients the best they can so that they do well, and if they do well, we do well, and it's just we're the bridge. We're the bridge between the issuers and the investors, and hope we can play a part and help everybody out. So
are you allowed to talk about how many multiples of millions of dollars you invest for clients?
I don't even know the numbers. We don't even follow that much anymore. It's just ongoing. It's constant. It keeps getting bigger, and the best part is just being a conduit to these companies and governments and help them do their jobs, and the investors that are there to make all the money for you so you can pay for the cottage and stuff you're doing.
Yeah, doing my best anyway.
And it's just good fun. It's just a good bunch of people, and it's nice to play, to be involved with nice people like that. It takes
a certain kind, though, to be involved to watch those capital markets day in and day out, doesn't it? I mean, and I mean that sincerely. Like it's sometimes not easy to stomach always.
It's about it's about the energy and I mean there are people from all different backgrounds that we need. We need the people that are not the exports guys. We need the guys that are the smarter propeller head people. We need the personality people. We need all different types. But it's about consistency, about energy, and it's about coming in every day and doing it day in and day out, like a lot of other people doing their occupations. But it is high energy, that's for sure.
And are you feeling confident about the markets right now, or about?
Listen, I don't know where we ended today, but do we hit a new high today?
I didn't look today. To be honest,
I didn't see where it closed either.
I just looked at one of my stocks go down when I thought it was really going to go up because their earnings report was amazing, and I'm blown away that it didn't. So anyway,
yeah, I mean, I think it feels pretty good. I mean, there are some concerns around where the economy is, and we saw that back in December in a pretty big move, and then the Fed came in and said we're not going to raise interest rates now. We're going to make sure things are on a decent footing. So, the stock market now is so much in the front of everybody's mind day in, day, like all walks of life, right? It's on CNN, everybody's watching it, and it governs a lot of how we feel. So you get support from the Feds and the central banks around the world to make sure that the market is stable and can provide the growth that the economy needs, and it's I think we're okay. I think we're stable for now.
Sean St. John, the Executive Vice President, Co-Head and Managing Director of Fixed Income, National Bank Financial. Away from that side of your biz, which is so much of it, I know you're also a great father. But we spoke to you last year about being a big part and an honorary chair and ambassador for the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer, all for the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. And what I learned from you last year, and I didn't even know this because look, you're a very handsome, strapping James Bond type of guy. But you're a cancer survivor.
I am. I had cancer in my mid-20s. I don't mind saying testicular cancer. It's a common young man's cancer. And it's Princess Margaret where I went and got my treatments, and it's a very high survival rate now. But I mean, it's just something that happened, and I went through, and I'm grateful and thankful for Princess Margaret and upwards and onwards. But I mean, Princess Margaret at that time was a place. The word I can find is made me feel comfortable. It's always a little scary. It's a lot scary. But Princess Margaret felt walking in there, felt good and felt comfortable and felt like, we've done this before, Sean. We know what we're doing. We got you. And so I've been committing as much time as I can to them and making sure they get the funds and they need to do the research and keep helping out people affected by cancer.
Yeah, and it's so amazing. Like you give back, and obviously, like you said, you had this personal touch to it, a personal experience. You saw, and you felt how they made you feel, which was confidence. Which I can only imagine the psyche going into surgery and all this kind of stuff. When you find out you have cancer, how important that is. And I think people sometimes don't even think of the emotional aspect of finding out news and what you need around you to help you get through that. And I mean, like how hard is that finding a mid-20s? I'm sure you're rocking it. Like, that must have been a real difficult time for you.
You're in your mid-20s, so right there, you're really not that bright, huh? Like, you don't know what's going on.
I'm not that bright in my mid-40s.
Yeah. And, I never had the moment where I feared. I think, my parents and family and friends, for sure, I felt more worried than me. And I was just like, this is something I'm going through. It's okay. I got it. And those moments of that I was uncomfortable and uncertain, I came into Princess Margaret. I remember walking in for my treatments and going and being a little bit nervous and worried. But as soon as I walked in there, I went like, okay, it is going to be okay. And that feeling I got when I was there is what I took outside of Princess Margaret when I walked away and came back the next week for my next appointment. So the space in between, I was like, well, they're confident, so I'm confident, and it's going to be okay. So I remember that part of it very vividly.
Sean, what must be really kind of a blessing now, obviously not only just your health and everything, but it must be so neat and rewarding to see the involvement over the last, you're a young guy, but since your mid-20s, I mean, a lot has really been accomplished through the funds that are given back through, a bunch of different charities, to the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, in this case, the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer, and to making it one of the top cancer hospitals on the planet. Yeah. I mean, how rewarding is that to know that this continues to grow, to evolve, and save lives?
Well, listen, first of all, Princess Margaret, like you said, in some studies, they're top 3 research institution, cancer research place in the world, but in some places 5. So let's say arguably without a doubt top 5 in the world. And, this sits in downtown Toronto. It sits here in Canada. I've heard countless stories of people, getting cancer, said, I should be going to the States and going where the best is. And the people down in the States, the people have gone there and said, why are you coming here? You got the top organization in Toronto, Princess Margaret. Like, you've got one of the best in the world right there. What are you coming here for? How proud should we be of that here in Canada? And obviously we are, and that's why I support it. So I'm happy to support a top-rated organization. But I was just looking at some stats too. In the last 30 years, the cancer death rates have declined by 25%.
That's unbelievable. I had no idea, actually.
It still affects 1 in 2 Canadians. Wow. 1 in 4 Canadians will, die from cancer, but it's decreased 25% in the last 30 years. And I'm confident that that's going to be, in the next 30 years, it's going to be another 25%. And the support, they can only do it with the money and the funds that we help raise. And I'm 100% confident with the people that are getting these monies are doing the right thing and putting the time and energy. They're very, very passionate people over there that live and breathe. Like I sit in there and live and breathe the markets every day. They live and breathing. How do we help solve this terrible disease, cancer? So.
And the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer happening on September 28th at Woodbine, as it's been for the last bunch of years. Team up to conquer cancer.ca. It's an amazing day. I talk about it all the time. You explain that day and how really fun it is.
Energy, fun, community, connection. It's just a blast. Like, you walk in there and you drive into the Woodbine, and there's parking lot, cars and going forever. And there's a lot of people there that are there for just a one fun day. Take a couple months, raise the money, come for one day, have a blast, make some friends, and and help support the cause. And since its inception in 2011, raised over $20 million.
Wow.
Guinness Book of World Record, largest road hockey fundraiser charity in the world. Again, here, downtown Toronto. The are we going to say the epoch of hockey? Is it Toronto now or is it Montreal?
Oh, come on. Really?
We talked about that last time. But,
How dare you? So where's Price and your Canadians right now?
Oh, listen, good win last night, we'll see them again on Monday here back in Toronto. But listen, there's a lot of gigantic hockey players and fans here in Toronto, and you see that from world record-breaking events like the road hockey, that the people that show up and the funds that get raised.
The names too, like the old school hockey players, even some just recently retired hockey players who get involved, from Brian Berard to Nick Antropoff. Doug Gilmour was there last year. I'm not sure if they've sort of solidified their entire list yet this year, but if you go to teamuptoconquercancer.ca, they'll show you all the different ambassadors of the sport who you rub shoulders with, and the top early raising teams get an opportunity to draft these guys.
Yeah,
it's so, and ladies, of course. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the years I've been in my first year there, we drafted Brian Trottier, and him and I do stuff together still today. He's doing a charity called Connected North, and we're in a tournament together on April 27th. Marcel Dion, we drafted 1 year. Chris Nyland. And all just wonderful people that passion for the sport and want to give back and help as well. And yeah, there's a great bunch to show up. Shane Carson, a bunch of the people show up, so it's great.
Yeah, Shane's still so good looking. His hair, he's got like that perfect hair. It drives me crazy. It's just, come on, dude. Like, how perfect can you get even after playing hockey? Sean St. John, who's hanging out with us, and again, the Scotiabank Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer. I guess what we do is try to encourage people to I always say, if you want to join my team, feel free to do so. We've been very blessed having a lot of listener support and getting over $100,000 for 4 years that, we've done it as a small sort of team and franchise. But also enter your own team. What would you say to those listening, going like, how do you challenge your friends, your family to be a part of the team, to raise kind of that 10 grand mark, or your companies? What are some words of encouragement or advice how they can get that done?
Oh, listen, I mean, you need 10 players. Everybody knows 10 people. Your friends of friends know 10 people. Can you raise $1,000 each between 10 of you? I don't think it's a big ask. It's not that bad. And I say to people, like, I've got that Bay Street group that we've created, and I say the same thing. Get 10 people, raise $1,000 each, come out for the first year, just try it, see what it's like. That's not a big ask. And once they're there, they get involved and they raise more, and they see the energy and the fun and what's contributing and the stories that are told before. And obviously everybody has somebody that they've known, and it just builds off that. So my message is simple: 10 people, $1,000 each, get in the door, get involved, and you'll see you'll probably be involved 6, 7, 8 years later, and every year want to raise more than you did the year before.
Yeah, but you got to do some stretches though leading up to it, eh?
Or you got to watch the bad knees. Like, I got those. I usually make it to like game 3 or 4, and then I'm limping around a little bit. But it's fun, and there's some people that get a little bit heated up because it's just the spirit of the sport, competition in the sport. But nobody cares that much out there to have fun. And if you play 1 game or 2 games, I think I was supposed to play in the celebrity game with you, and my knee was hurting, so I passed last year. But
and that's because you were one of the top fundraisers.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you mind? I mean, I know it's always humbling and stuff, but like, do you mind sort of disclosing what you've done with the national bank teams and stuff?
Jeepers! I think last year our team was $60,000.
Wow.
Combined at National Bank was $90,000. The Bay Street category, which we created, was $267,000.
So wonderful.
There's going to be more teams. We're going to raise more money this year.
They're not all jerks, these guys on Bay Street.
They're all great people doing their job, trust me. A lot of wonderful people.
Of course they are. So many wonderful people. Well, that's so nice that you came down. Have you been watching the playoffs so far?
I missed last night. I was out at the AGO event, unfortunately. But I'm there, like I said, with a mutual friend of ours on Monday. And
give a shout out, our buddy Jason McDonald.
Jason McDonald will be with me at the Leafs game on Monday.
Wired up.
Yeah.
What a beauty.
Yeah,
you got to get him on your team.
He is on. He's doing the Connected North with me, which is using technology to get education to kids in remote communities in Northern.
Oh, that's awesome.
And obviously, Jason is a tech genius, an audio video guy, and well known across the city. Very well known.
It's too expensive though for my cottage. That's the only problem. Yeah. No, he's too good.
He's the best.
He is the best. What. See, I have no problem talking about charity, but sometimes when I do, people are like, you're only in it for you. Like when you talk about you're only, and I'm like, I find that such a negative attitude. I wish everyone every day, instead of talking about a gossip or a Kanye West or something, they said, hey, this is the charity I helped out today. This is what I did. This is how we helped raise funds for it. This is how we made a difference by getting, electricity to a town or raising money for the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. Isn't it cool to talk about charity? How do we make this cool again?
Yeah, I really, it doesn't even resonate in my head why people wouldn't be involved. It doesn't. And it doesn't matter what it is, but it has to, you should do it because it has a connection for you and something it did for you or somebody close to you or whatever, that it meant something, and do it just because that charity some way, somehow helped you at some point, right? Or helped somebody close to you, and give back. I mean, I don't understand how it cannot be cool. Giving is cool.
I think it's okay to talk about because it inspires others to do, and that's sort of where I get at. Sometimes people think it's odd to talk about charity. I'm like, I don't think that should be a way to look at it. Sure, you can do it quietly as well, but the more we all talk about it, the more it inspires others to do the same. Yeah,
asking other people for money is sometimes tough, and some people, it's to be a little too much for some people. But I think if you pick your spots and you pick what's important to you, and you asked for others to help you and you help them on theirs, then there shouldn't be nothing wrong with that, as long as you know that it's going to come back.
Yeah,
and you
they'll come, sure.
Come back and help a little, and you know what, you pick your spot and you pick the amount you can do for the year, and if it's $100 or $50, it is what it is. It's just every little bit helps.
No, and that's a great way to look at it. It's a little piece that you give, a little piece of what you earn every year, and give back, and that really does make the world go round. And you and what you guys do over at and ladies do over at National Bank, and what everyone's doing for the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer is really just quite spectacular.
Like, we're all going to need each other. We all do need each other every day, and we will need some help in some way in our aspect in our life. Our family and friends will, and to support that, so those organizations are there when you need them. I mean,
awesome.
How can you not do it?
Got any stock tips?
Off the record. No, I can't. No, do not. You've been joking about that.
Well, Sean, I really do appreciate your time, and I know we'll see you before that date, which is September 28th. Teamuptoconquercancer.ca is where to go. And for some reason you need anything in the financial world, go reach out to National Bank.
Sure, love to hear from everybody.
Why not,
more importantly, let's see it. Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer. Have some fun. Get to know some new people, and have some laughs with you and everybody else.
Yeah, well, me not so much. I'm one of those Game 7ers taking it real serious. I want to win. I want to just do well, too, in the fundraising, so I can draft Doug Gilmore. I hope he's back. Some great big names go and support that as well. And we really love the fact that everyone's involved, from families to young people to old people to big celebs. So thanks again, Sean.
Hey, thanks for having me, Todd. Really great to see you again, and we'll see you around the rink and cheering on the Maple Leafs.
Go Leafs, go. It's a very exciting time, that's for sure. Just maybe not William Nylander, but that's just me, okay? Well, let's do this. We're going to take a quick break.
I saw your tweet on that. I'm sure.
I know, I'm a little hard on him. I got to soften. I'm happy he scored. I was very happy he got a big goal last night.
This is the Todd Shapiro Show on Canada Talks, SiriusXM 167.